All right, Cyclones come out of their huddle, head towards the bench. Here's your zoomer control.
Thank you.
I did happen to find this in the box. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go, Cyclones.
So we come into this game with a 4-0 win. I can't remember what Rome did. I think it was a 3-2 win over the Grizzlies. They're the Grizzlies, the Griffins. They're the Griffins they beat today. So we'll start now and puck drop.
The action is upon us. Let's go.
Puck drops at center ice. Cyclones moving into the offensive zone. Katie Sparks on the blue line, tosses it across to the far wall. From the far wall, Grizzly player puts it up, brings it back into neutral zone. Starting to get our feet wet here in the neutral zone, trying to figure out what's what. So it's back and forth. We're back in the offensive zone for a short period. Bisgard's gets tripped up, puck gets popped up in the air, and it'll get kicked down, no icing, behind the net, behind Cordy. Piper kicks it back out, crossed it from Sparks to Abby Schmitz. Piper kicks it back, backhands it. Nine's looking for a shot. Cordy paddles it into the corner, plays it perfectly. Now, up in front, Piper gets knocked down, but the puck comes across. Ertl's in. Ertl's got a shot lane. Cross. Oh, and a tip almost into.
Unbelievable though for him again.
11. He's trying to get. Now New York regains control, coming back into the defensive zone. They go for a full change except for a 30. 87 tackles. This stick really wasn't a tackle. Jana Ringenhauser in the red helmet there. 11, out to 9. Claire Huff, three penalties last game. She was a little upset about it, but it was still way high shot over Cordy's head. She stuck the glove up but missed. Claire Huff, am I saying that right? Claire Neff, not Huff, Neff. Excuse me. Neff, Claire Neff, my bad. I'll get the names right eventually. Jana behind the net, kicks it back up to Bisgard. No, excuse me. That is 97. 98, Scarlett Kilgore. Gets packed up. We're back in the neutral zone. It's a lot of back and forth right now, and that'll be an icing call. And we'll get an offensive drop on the far circle. Is that Barry Melrose? No clue. Comment in the section. So
yes it is.
Ariella Kilgore takes the draw, wins the draw back to 62. 62 loses control. New York taps it back in behind the net. Addie Francis kicks it up to back to Scarlett. Scarlett up to her sister, to Ariella. Ariella to Barber. Barber's in the corner looking for help. Pops it back out to Scarlett. Scarlett gets a shot, deflected down, gets cross-checked in the back in front of the net. New York pops the puck back up. They're working with something. We've got a 3, 4, 5. We got all 5. They're going for a change. New York's players, number 9's coming around the backside of the net, looking for help, looking for someone in the slot. Lots of pressure from Eden. Scarlett across to her sister. Her sister couldn't handle the pass. Excuse me, that was from Ariella to Scarlett. Scarlett's going for a change. Puck gets dumped behind the net. Cordy paddles it back behind the net. 3 New York players. Once again, we got a foot chase here. 3 of them. Katie Sparks with room. Up high shot. I think it was deflected off the goalie. Good block. It's an exciting game so far. Into the slot. Back turn for, I believe that's Abby Schmitz. No, Sparks. Excuse me. Sparks was in the slot. I'm getting them mixed up. They're both about the same height. 19 would be Abby. So we're back in the neutral zone. Katie's fumbling around with it. We have pressure from 2 New York players. Comes out to Maya Young. Maya Young shaking her head about how that play went. New York goes for a full change. All 5 of ours in the defensive zone. Abby taps it out of the offensive zone. New York player regains control. Back into the neutral zone. And New York's cycling the puck in the neutral zone. 14 intercepts.
Look at that puck work. Man.
All right, so New York sends it in deep and then goes for a change for herself. The other 4 give chase. Out in front, there's a backhanded shot blocked by Sparks. Sparks is all over the ice. She's playing every position right now. Neff gets poke checked, and that'll be an. We've got to arm up. So we are on the power play coming up. No?
Let's go, Cyclones.
Sure. Yeah. Are we playing delayed offsides? Oh, well, that'll change things up. I don't know if half these girls know how to play delayed offsides, but anyways, we're going with it. That's a change. So Neff back in the offensive zone. I got a head shake from one of the parents in front of me saying that, yes, it is delayed offsides. New York goes for a bad angle shot. Bisgard gets hold of it. She's going to bring it out of the zone. She's looking at Neff. Taps it up. Lands on the blue line. It goes back to Piper Francis. Piper Francis has room. She's looking up ice. Taps it up between Levin's legs. Levin brings it in. And Scarlett Kilgore gets hung up. Jaina couldn't handle the pass out to the point. I'm not sure if it was a pass or just a deflection. New York's getting a lot of pressure. This is definitely going to be a different type of game than the last one. It's not going to be an easy win. They're going to make us work for it. So Jaina pops it up into the neutral zone, back to intercepted by another New York player. New York player's got a great breakaway up and over Cordy's head. Had her dead to rights there.
Ooh. She looked ready, though. She looked ready.
Jaina does some fancy footwork, gets it tipped up. We're trying to get it, now it's out and back into the neutral zone. We'll try to get a little bit of organization with this. New York is definitely putting some pressure on. Kilgore backhands it deep, not quite deep. The goalie pops it behind the net, and we're going to get 3 new forwards on. Same defense, Jaina Ringenhauser and Piper Francis. Cordy goes behind the net and stops the puck from going on around. Maya Youngs loses the puck, backhanded. The puck's all over the place. Cordy lost control but was able to recover and is back in the net in the crease. Jaina just takes a hit to the back. Shot back deflected behind the net. Maya Young gives chase, tries to poke it, backhand poke it up the wall. Shot gets deflected by Piper Francis.
Absolutely a high energy game
So
here.
we've got a lot of pressure, and that goes into the glove but out. Cordy drops it, but then it gets rebounded and then popped back behind the net. Up to Maya. Maya can't handle the puck. Still in the offensive zone. Now it pops out. So we've got it out. It looks like Abby Schmidt's got some room. She's got a 1-on-3 situation here. Out to Sparks. Sparks can't get the pass. Backhands it. Still working in the offensive zone. If it's going to have something happen here, it's not going to be a pretty one. New York regains control, brings it around and up the boards. Mudd misses holding it in at the point. Neff's got control. She's getting just her. They're going for a partial change. Sparks and Mudd are still on the ice with Neff. Looks like Sparks gives someone a shot right into the glove, and we'll get an offensive draw. That was a long time.
That was a lot right there.
Now it looks like Stella Cohen has joined the team on the bench. I thought she was already there, but I'm not sure why, but she has been in the locker room. So she's brushing off the nerves, and she'll get going here. All right, Mutt, 62 with a laser shot, deflected. Addie had to give it chase back after it got deflected off of New York leg pad. New York recovers. This is a defensive situation right here where Neff kicks it around the wall. Jordan's looking at it, lifts the stick out to the slot, backhanded, and I believe when Cordy went for the push off this crappy post, she knocked the net off, but that's going to happen. So we're going to get a defensive reset here for the net coming off of the post, or the spikes, or whatever they call them. So New York still putting the pressure on. Nice save by Cordy. 44, Ertl looking across, dumps deep to the net, on net for that shot. Chases her own shot in. Addie's holding the point, gets kicked behind her. There goes a high shoulder, and we're gonna be on a peak. We're gonna go on our first penalty kill after that elbow. That was a high elbow. They're gonna call it interference, and we're gonna see who's going to the box. It appears to be 9 once again. So Claire Neff back in the box. We'll just call her our enforcer because she ain't putting up with no shit. She's having a little trouble adjusting to playing the girls' hockey. She's used to playing on a co-ed team with checking, and she's having trouble not putting up with that. New York on the power play. High shot over Cordy. Back around the edge. On the penalty kill, Scarlett gets it out, and that'll be an offsides, but it's delayed offsides, so 8's wondering what's going on. She not used to delayed offsides. Completely waiting for the whistle. Scarlett gets hold of it, and it lands on the blue line again. We can't get it out of the zone. We gotta keep pushing. So we got 97 in the corner. Ariella up to Scarlett, out, it gets out. New York 11 couldn't control it at the point, and they'll re-enter with the Kilgore, the Kilgore girls. Bisgard's out there. New York's 27's looking for a shot. Lots of pressure here. 12's circling, looking for a cycle. Cycles it back, backhands it into the near corner. Still lots of chasing, a lot of pressure of defense. We've got 12 seconds left on the penalty kill, 9 seconds left, 4:09 left in the period, 0-0. Sorry for not giving a score update or update on how long was left in the penalty kill, but 9 seconds. Cordy was able to jump out and oven mitt that sucker down.
4 minutes left, baby, in the game, or in the period.
And we will get an ice cut between the first and second period, so you'll have a little bit of a break. Looks like we got about 17 people watching. Good crowd. Up the walls. What else would you do on a Friday night after Thanksgiving? Sparks kicks it out. 1 second, we're going to come off the penalty kill. We can't get somebody on the ice. We got to be faster. So our first appearance, Stella Cohen, a little bit offset. She didn't know she was going in. She's a little bit lost out there. She is coming in a forward. Mudd out to Ringenhauser. Ringenhauser's looking up ice. Maya Young back to Sparks. Backhands to Cohen. Cohen's got room. It's 1-on-2. She's looking across. She gets swallowed up, and the puck kind of turned behind the net. Sparks is trying to get it out, looking for 4 in the slot. New York comes away with it. Ringenhauser's putting her long stick out. Mudd kicks it up against the boards, but not far enough. He gets it out into the neutral zone, and that was kept in by New York. Little bump by Mudd, back to 27 for New York. 27's got a good shot lane right now. Ringenhauser's pushing her to the corner. Looks like we get 2 changes for New York. Sparks is trying to get it up to Maya. Maya gets hold of it, brings it into the zone. She gets a stick lifted, but it's still in the zone, back into the neutral zone. Addie Francis back on D. Tries to keep it out, whipped by 34 by New York, and we're gonna get a change. It's a mess out here. Claire Neff pops the puck up. She's still got control, somewhat control. What a shot from the 11. 11 with a clear screen. 11 still trying to poke it in. No whistle.
Good battle.
And the puck pops out. Ertl's gonna bring it around. Up the boards, and that's gonna go for an icing. Couldn't connect the pass. And I'm gonna get a refill.
It just so happens that there's a pitcher.
Just happens to be that it's cheaper to buy a pitcher than it is 2 beers.
Gotta love them. Steady.
All right, so we're gonna have a defensive zone drop. 1:51 left in the period. 0-0. Been a lot of pressure on the on the defense today.
The tenacity
New York is
of both
putting it to us.
teams
We knew this was going to be a tough game. So New York cycling the puck in, wide shot. Ertl up to the neutral zone to a New York player. New York straight across to Claire Neff. Claire Neff, Ertl gets hold of it. She brings it in the zone, shoots it once into a body of a player. Gets kicked back to Addie Francis, but gets kicked loose by 22's got room. Looks like 34. Eden Barber, excuse me, I had brain fart there on the names. Was able to catch up to it. Puck gets kicked up into the corner. Addie gives chase to it. A little bit of pushing and shoving along the boards. 11. Wide shot. We've got to get it out of our zone, ladies. Looks like Scarlett tries to get it out. Up to Eden. Eden's in the neutral zone. Pressured. Runs into a New York player, falls down. 62. Evelyn kicks it up and is able to get it. She goes for a quick change. I didn't even know she was out on the ice. I think she's out there. I think she's on a line with Addison Francis, so I'm guessing those two will change at the same time on the D line. That's a hit from behind on Barber, and we will get a call. Are we going to get the call, or is it just... Well, we're going to get an offensive draw on the far circle. I don't see anyone going to the box, so I'm not sure what the stoppage in play was.
Maybe
I'm slurping this beer.
It's a delicious.
Yingling in Nashville. Big shot from Bisgard. Hits an ankle. Lots of red and black in the same area. Back! And that almost goes in behind the toe of the New York goalie, but she had the toe locked in on the post. So we'll give you the link to it if you want. You can listen on your headphones. All right, well, we got referee's got her arm up in the air. She's ready to get this night over with. She's already been paid 15 minutes, and we're going to start second period 0-0. Little tie up in the mid-ice. Abby Schmitz. No, excuse me. That is not Abby. I am totally confused. That's Bisgard. Schmitz is here close wall. That's going to go back to Piper Francis. Kicks it around the wall. Schmitz gives a little stick lift, but followed up by Sparks for a little help. Gets kicked up the wall into the neutral zone along the near wall. New York backhands it back into the neutral zone. Sparks gets it into our zone, into the offensive zone, back into the neutral zone. And somebody blows a tire here right in front of me. Looks like Bisgard got a little bit of snow on her back from that one. Piper across, past 3 Cyclone sticks, almost intercepted by a New York player. Looks like 88. Bisgard's going to bring it in off the defensive side. Somebody's going to fall back. Looks like Maya Young's going to fall back on defense to cover her post.
Well, we keep it in the zone.
Kicks it back in. We're going to get a change. Looks like Piper and Neff are going to stay out on the ice. 11 comes in, and then Jana Ringenhauser kicks it out to center ice, and New York picks it up, and they're coming in hot. 12 looking for a shot. Courtney's leg pad save. There's a big hit behind the wall, and we're going to get a late call on Addison Francis is going to, no, excuse me, that's your kid. Whose kid is that? That's your kid.
What?
Jordan's going to go to the box for a timeout.
No, I disagree.
It was a little bit of it was a late whistle, but it was definitely a penalty. She wanted to go one more year at the co-ed level. I think that Claire Neff's starting to rub off on these girls. It's being aggressive. 11's got it up the wall on the PK. 124 left in it. 13-13 left in the second period. 11's going to run it back around the back of the net. Neff's going to give chase along the wall, kicks it back into behind the net, and looks like Ringenhauser's going to hang on the blue line, and Mudd is going to hang back further in the defensive zone. Now it's back behind our net. Mudd falls down, out to 27. 27 gets deflected, luckily off a player, and that puck gets loose off of Cordy's pad, but gets kicked wide. That's a lucky day for her. They're cycling now. There goes a cross check again on Mudd, high. We're going to go on a 5-on-3, and this is going to be an interesting second period. We're going on a 5-on-3. We'll be on a 5-on-3 for 38 seconds, and penalty kill, a 5-on-3 penalty kill. They're going to bring out Bisgard, Ringenhauser, and Sparks to handle business with this challenge we've got ahead of us. Courtney doesn't seem to be too fazed by it. She's seen this before. Out to the point, cycles over, sticks being lifted, back across to the other point for New York. Jana gives chase, back into the corner. Jana's still doing everything she can to keep that puck loose, and we're gonna get Sparks, tries the ice, and she's gonna get the ice, and it comes off of a New York player, and we're gonna have let it ride. 2 defenders, Bisgard and Jana, hang far back. We got a lot of pressure. Jana's out there. 11's bringing it in for New York. Still into the wall. It's getting pushy and shovey there. We got 4. Okay, we're back on 5-on-4 now. 49 seconds in the second penalty. 44 seconds. 11:42 left in the second. But we survived it. And looks like Maya's got a clear path to greatness. Looking for Sparks in the slot. Intercepted by New York. New York gets it, kicks it up the near wall. Back into the neutral zone. We're going to get a defensive change with Bisgard, and Jana's still out there. Jana's looked towards the bench but decided to stay out. Speaker's starting to pop. Jana's got a little piece of it. 8 seconds on the PK. Sparks is looking towards the slot in the corner. Gets hit from behind. No penalty. It was a light hit. 9's got some speed bringing it in. Bisgard blows another tire. Off angle. Courtney gets to the other post, turns around backwards, but luckily Maya Young is there to intercept. She's going to bring it out of the zone. Tries to cross it over to... we got another dog turd in the middle of the thing. I believe that's a net guard, but we'll call it a dog turd for now. We've got a penalty. And we're going to go on a nut. We just came off the kill, and we've got a hooking call on somebody. Jana's been out there for a while. So it looks like Maya Young's going to take the hook. We'll go back on the PK. So that's Courtney's shaking her head. She's a little disappointed. She was looking for a little bit of a break there. I'm going to get another refill on the Yingling. I'm going to need you to help me with this, DJ.
Help you with what?
That pitcher that I've been drinking and you've been babying that.
Me?
I thought you're still quarter beer into the first one. All right, New York, 5-on-4 PK, minute 25, 10:24 left in the period. Second period, 0-0. New York's looking to cycle again. Sends it behind the net. 20-12, excuse me, for New York. Passes off to 11. Gets intercepted by Eden Barber. Eden Barber gets it up to 62. Shot goes behind the net. Courtney looks down at something like something's on the ice in front of her. Evelyn Schiller. And we're going to get back into the offensive zone. No chase by our defense. They're going to stay back in our zone just for protection. We got 42 seconds left in the PK. Addie gives chase behind the net. 62's hanging around looking for somebody in the slot from the other team, but nobody's home. So at this point, New York goes wide. 62, Evelyn, and Courtney will get a cover and a reset with 25 seconds left in the PK.
Well-needed reset.
It's a lot of pressure here, but we've
throwing on the pressure.
We have been surviving it. Whew. Maya's over there looking like she's contemplating her mistakes today with that hook. But she'll come out of the box here in 25 seconds.
What if I hit the big button?
That'll stop. No, don't hit the big button. I don't remember what it does.
What if I accidentally hit it?
It'll be all right. So Abby's got it up the near wall. Gets kicked back down to Piper Francis. Piper Francis tries to get it back up to Abby. Gets intercepted. Seven's looking for the slot. Nobody there. One of the Kilgore girls, I believe it's Scarlett, comes up to Abby, back into the neutral zone. Excuse me, that was Ariella Kilgore. Breakaway, intercepted luckily by Bisgard. And we are full strength once again.
Let's go, Cyclones.
8:47 left in the period. Let's stay out of the box and let's make some offensive changes. The whiff by Francis, goes for a deep pull from downtown and loses the puck. She's got hold of it. Excuse me. Ariella passes it up to Schmidt. Schmidt's looking deep. They're going to get an icing, and we're going to reset back in the defensive zone. Hang tough, Clones.
You know it. You know it.
So 8:24, 0-0, close game. Been a lot of offensive pressure from New York. Still, it doesn't help that we're getting the penalties, but we're able to survive them. We'll get set. I see the two white helmets out there, so that's a Columbus. Claire's got a clear path. She's getting squeezed out along the wall. 11 gives chase back into the corner. Ertl's looking at it. Sticks her stick down. Jana kicks it out. Ertl's going to turn it. Looks up. Gets it to Neff. Gets kicked back out of the zone. And Mudd up the wall. Back to Mudd on the blue line. New York's putting some pressure on. Jana goes for a backhanded poke check. 22 gets hold of it for New York. Mudd will follow into the corner. Falls down on the puck, getting stabbed while she's down. It's like a prison riot stabbing there. 11 pops it up into the body of a player on the bench, and we'll get a reset, I believe, outside of the zone. They're asking the ref asked the other ref, where's it go? So I would say it goes where there's on the outside dot, since it went up into the bench right across the blue line.
Me. I've got the
So we get a drop. Addie Francis comes out of defense, gets some pressure, knocks it up in. Katie Sparks got hold of it. She's going to get a little bit of room. Myers gets hold of it there, pushes through. Sparks just plows through that crowd. All right, so we got a 2-on-1. We get up to Abby Smith. Abby Smith has got room. She takes back, and it goes behind the net. Wide shot. Maya's looking for a pass. Cross to Sparks. Sparks is looking up into the slot. Evelyn loses track of the puck. She's able to kick it back into the neutral zone once it. Now it's back in our defensive zone, and New York's going to go for a change on offense. Gets kicked out to the point by New York, and then gets poked out by Sparks. Sparks brings it back down to Sparks and Young. Lots of sticks flying there. New York's coming in hot, but a lot of black and red to go through. She's still making it up to the slot. Nobody home. Sparks is all over the ice. Get that girl some oxygen when she gets off the ice. Young
working hard out
Young
there.
looking. Gets intercepted by 9. 9 across. Eden Barber follows suit. It's a deep. New York sends it in deep, gets a change. Maya gets hold of it. Sparks looking across to Eden Barber. Eden Barber's got room. Sparks comes across. Eden's looking for Sparks. Gets sent behind the net. Sparks is going to get a change. She's looks over her shoulder, but still getting able to hold it in the offensive zone. We'll get the change we needed. We'll get Ariella Kilgore in, Bisgard, Piper Francis, and older sister Scarlett Kilgore. It is very hard to tell these two girls apart. They skate the same, they look the same. They've only got hair, the hair color is the only difference. So Kilgore, I'm just gonna go Kilgore sisters right there. Ariella tries to get hold of it to get a shot off. Tries to shoot it to the slot, but gets knocked down by a New York player. New York's got control, brings it back in the neutral zone. Older sister Scarlett lifts the stick. Ariella's giving chase. And I think we're running out of some gas, and we're gonna get an icing. We probably could have caught that one.
Back and forth, man. Sorry.
Probably could have caught that one, I believe, but we needed a change. They're tired. Got some tired legs out there. We're gonna get a defensive zone reset on the near boards.
Back and forth, back and forth.
0-0, 4:52 left in the second. Looks like 11's going to take the draw with 11, so it's 11-on-11 action going on in the face-off. Gets out to Jana Ringenhauser. She pops it up, doesn't quite get it out of the zone. Shot wide by 11 of the other team. Jana falls down, gets up. No harm, no foul. Jana's got a backhand on it. She's looking up ice. Runs into a player, 7 for New York. Jana's having trouble getting it out. Round 11 for the Cyclones brings it out of the zone. Backhands, looking deep. Stella Cohen back on the ice. Been a while since we've seen her. She is offsides. We'll get a delayed offsides on this one. That was a very... So now we did get the offsides, but New York's got control. We got to know what we're doing on the ice here. Kicks it up. Stella's got hold of it. She's going to battle in the corner with 12. Gets pushed down. She gets up. 11. Punch to the face to Erdl. Erdl shakes it off. And goalie for New York taps it to another player. Lots of offensive. Wait, Katie Sparks back on the ice. Backhand poke checks it, but New York 12 gets hold of it. Once again, Katie's trying to get hold of it around the net. New York's looking for a shot. Can't get anybody open. Looks like Maya's got room.
We got room.
Maya's got 100% room. We got a chance here off the goalie's glove. Wow, what a stop. It's starting to get smashy out there.
It's crazy out here.
I think New York took exception to that breakaway. It was a great breakaway. Plenty of time. Great shot, but great stop. Backhand by New York into the slot behind this player. Sparks up to Schmitz. Schmitz has got room. She's pulling it wide into the slot behind Sparks. Sparks isn't ready. Knocks the New York player down. New York's going to bring it back into the neutral zone and dump it deep and get a change. We've got a chance here. We can get it out. It's going to get held behind our net, unfortunately. We got Scarlett Kilgore Barber, Ariella, Evelyn, and Francis. Francis wasn't able to keep it on the blue line. Backs off, looks for the delayed offside. Smart move there, kicking it back in. Unfortunately, gets caught by a New York player, brought into our offensive zone. We're trying our best. That slips out, so we'll be able to get a reset. Poke check deep. Cordy's gonna let it ride behind the net. Evelyn's got hold of it. She kicks it up the boards. Gets intercepted by 12 at the point for the New York team. Evelyn try again. Battle in the corner. Puck pops loose up to Barber. Barber tries to kick it out. And we were lucky with that. It popped in the New York's favor when it popped up and went towards Cordy, but luckily was able to, somebody got a stick on it. Shot high, bar down, ski. We go down 0-1. I believe Cordy was screened pretty well on that shot. Lots of pressure. So we'll go down 0-1, minute 33 in the second. We got to get it together, and we've got to get some offensive pressure on this goalie. We're not going to be able to play 10U hockey breakaway. We just got to build a play.
Control. This team's too good.
Yeah.
Too fast. You got to control the puck.
Minute 32, second period. Neff brings it in. An unfortunate shot high. Went for Grandma's cookie jar. 12 sees goes wide, high and wide, over Cordy's glove. 11, the Cyclones tips it out. Neff's got some speed. She gets blocked. That should be an interference call, but nothing called. Wasn't quite in front of her. So refs missed a call blown. Bisgard looks wide. Bisgard had a wide open shot. Neff whiffs it hard. Reset by Erdl. Erdl's looking back. Erdl's gonna bring it in his zone. Up to 11. 11's looking wide. 11 gets a block by 9 by Neff. 11 brings it into the zone deep. Neff gives chase into the corner. Passed over to Erdl. Erdl can't handle the puck, and it gets picked up by New York. Bisgard, Katie puts a skate down to stop it, goes past her. Piper Francis gives chase in the defensive zone, kicks it around. Neff's ready, but Neff's got to be tired. She's been out there for a while. 36 is able to keep it out. Full blown, stood her up. Off Cordy's stick and high. Cordy overslid that save, but luckily her stick was in position. Sparks is looking up the wall to Maya. Maya gives, and we'll end the second down 1. Been a good period, good hockey. Solid hockey. What a goal.
Everybody.
Woo! Nothing wrong with that goal. That had some speed. It wasn't.
The Cyclones,
Yeah.
they had to earn that one. The Cyclones did not make it easy.
They definitely had to earn that one. Well, looks like the corner mom group's going to make the way with the goalie mom to the other side. And
what up, y'all?
So, well,
Dude,
how much?
what a game.
It's been a great game.
Yeah. I hope everybody's having a good time.
Well, I didn't know. I believe this is Nick Mudd right here.
What is it?
I think is his name Nick?
I don't know.
Pretty sure that's Mudd's dad. I'm not sure.
I could yell it.
Nah. We'll ask him at the he'll be at the hotel. Yeah. All right.
You
Well,
enjoy yelling.
15 minutes left. We got to make up that goal. We lost that period, and we can make it up.
Let's go, Cyclones.
We got to play smart. We're gonna put the big girl line out there and try to make something happen right off the bat. It looks like we got a lot of big hitters on the ice, and it could be a bit of a challenge for the following lines. So we got Maya Young, Sparks, Bisgard, no, excuse me, is Bisgard moved up to, no, that's Abby Schmidt, excuse me. Jana and Mud are out there. Cross, there it was, right in front of the net. The goalie was able to get it off. Maya gives a blind pass. Jana kicks it in around the boards. New York's wasn't ready for what that was coming. Was able to get it out of the zone. They're going to kick it deep because we brought the power on that face-off.
On fire, baby.
Everything we got was there. Top line, ready to roll. We'll get an icing and it'll reset in the defensive zone. Cordy gives a little bit of a head shake. Goes to the corner for a little walk. You know, when she was younger, she used to just go over there and kick the crap out of the corner, and I think one of the refs gave her crap about it. So now, any frustration she's having, you just have to feed the
Let's
the
get
body
sponsorship money over there. You can't be ruining sponsorship money. Come
That's
on
true.
now.
Well, 14:21 left in the third, down one. New York's passes it up the wall, and that one is going to get kicked out, and that will be another icing. These refs do know what icing is. Unfortunately, they're calling it against us. The first game, we had a lot of icings that were not called our way.
They did let
Yeah,
them play.
they were letting them
They
play.
let them play.
And it got real smashy at the end.
Hey, I mean,
I think there's a lot of mutual respect so far, but I can tell with these two teams, there hasn't been a lot of,
dude,
you know.
this game carries on, man.
Yeah. New York's
Both teams have got an extra gear, you know it.
12's had a lot of action on that point. She falls back into offensive zone.
Oh,
Courtney
great
gets a stick
save.
down. Courtney loses her stick. It's like Eden Barber missed the puck and shook her head at that one. Addie misses that,
Good
but Courtney was
cover.
there to give a cover. We'll get a reset, and we'll get a
reset
couple new.
after
Yeah, we
that.
need a reset after that. Addie looked like she was going to kick it out and completely missed it. Luckily, Courtney was paying attention.
Goes
Got the
cameraman.
cover, and we'll get a change. We'll get 11, Erdl, Neff, and I can't see that far. My eyes are not seeing as well today. So it looks like Piper Francis and Bisgard, the 8s are out there. Erdl, cross to 11. 11 bounces the puck off her stick. Neff's got hold of it. Shot wide. 88 keeps it in, kicks it in deep. New York 36 steps on the puck. I'm not sure she can skate. She's having some trouble. They need to go get a sharpening after the game. 11 for Cyclones battling in the corner. New York 88 falls back, gives her room, but had the puck. She throws her hands up in disgust on that. Was not happy about that. 88 once again battling, now in our own corner. Misses a pass, shot around the corner, trying to get it back out of the zone. They're cycling, they tried to put it up into the slot. Piper's got hold of it. She's getting across the front of the crease. Neff's trying to get it out. Gives a little push. A little bit of frustration here. We got to be careful. We don't want to get a penalty. We're getting frustrated. Let's get off the ice and let's get 11 for the New York. Tries to wrap around. Courtney's got the post pretty well sealed down low. She reaches out with her stick, blocks this, holds it down flat. Neff kicks it up the wall, gets past the New York player. No icing, but it gets knocked down well before. Slows down. Erdl gives chase back into the neutral zone. Maya, no, excuse me, that's Abby. Gets knocked straight down. That's an elbow, ref. Missed that completely. She shakes her head at that one. It was almost an elbow to the throat hole. Puck bounces loose. Shayna goes around the backside of the puck, slams on the brakes, turns up to Maya. Blocked by Sparks. Intercepted up to Mud. Back out. Sparks back to Mud in the defensive zone. She held the puck a little long, up the boards. Sparks gets it out to Abby. Abby out to Young. Young looking. Hold on, that's Sparks. I don't even know where Sparks is. She's all over the ice. Bud walks up on it. New York once again has control. Jana's skating backwards, gets kicked past her. She turns around and gives chase into the far corner. Slight tap to Sparks. Sparks backhands it behind Cordy, gives chase. New York's going for one offensive change. I think they got one while all that stuff was going on. Oh, there we go. Eden's got a little bit of room. Gets knocked away by the defense. 12 on defense. Loses it. Eden looks back to Young. Young wide open in the slot. Couldn't get hold of it. And we're going to have a call here. She's pointing to Maya. I'm not sure. Looks like Maya's going to go back for a time. No, Maya's going to the bench. Oh, we're going to go on our first power play. Excuse me, that was a roughing on the New York 15, I believe. A lot of commotion in front of the net. Evidently there was a fist or something thrown. And we'll get on the first power play of the game. 10:29 left in the game. Minute 30 of 5-on-4. Let's capitalize on this. This is our time. It's too bad that we had this line out here for about a minute before this power play. But this is the power play line you want. Jana wide open, gets the puck up to Bisgard. Bisgard to Young. Young gives chase behind. Young's got it at her feet. Eden Barber kicks it back around to Young. A lot of action behind the net. We need it in front of the net. Jana gives wide, playing very shallow, and we're got a 1-9. Luckily, Bisgard was able to poke that away while it gives Jana a chance to get reset. Bisgard
we need all day.
Eden Barber tries to kick it up, and that'll actually kept it in. Now we lost it. Now we got a foot chase. Sparks looks. Cordy's looking at it. Poke check out by 88 Bisgard. Save the day, Bisgard. We're on the power play, but it's in the defensive zone. A little bit of confusion. Jana's wide open. Cross to Eden Barber once again. Eden's looking. Jana goes to the slot. Screen. Goalie's down in her butterfly, protecting the low shot. I think that's what Jana was looking at. We got the Bisgard kicks it back against the far wall. 98 Kilgore Scarlet. 12's got hold of it. That's going to get a tripping call there. We're going to go on about a... So we'll get a tripping call on, I believe... I'm not sure who's going to take the tripping call there. It's definitely on us. I'm not sure. It looks like Eden Barber's going to take it. She was out there for a while, and usually it's a good indication that she was out there too long if she's tripping or hooking. It's just tired legs trying to stop the play. That's what happens. So we're going to go on a 4-on-4 situation for 5 seconds, and then we'll go on a minute 25 PK. We've got the Columbus Flames girls out there, Mud and Neff, and 11, and Piper Francis. Shot, kicked into the corner from Cordy's pad, across the front of the... Puck goes behind the net. New York's putting it. Now we're on the PK. 16 into Cordy's body. Nice stop. So
Cyclones are still hungry, baby.
8:45 left in the game. Minute 12 left in the PK. No help from DJ on this pitcher. It's been all me all day. 36.
I gotta trigger over myself.
36. Can't handle it. Goes wide shot. And that'll be a goal. So we'll go down 2-0. Well, they took Cordy off balance there. And we'll go down 2-0. 8:28 left in the game. We gotta get quicker changes, in my opinion. That's just Me saying what I'm thinking. We can't leave them out there. Tired legs equals penalties, and penalties equal goals. This is not the team to be trying to play the PK game on.
Too good. Too good.
So we got Maya out there, Sparks, Evelyn, Scheller. Maya's looked to Sparks. Sparks kicks it off her skate. Abby gives chase. Sparks goes in deep for the puck, gets kicked behind the net. Addie Francis looking deep up to Young. Young gives a little bit of a shove into the boards. Puck pops into the neutral zone, and the puck's going to go behind the net. Addie Francis got it up the boards, kicked up by Abby Schmitz. Abby Schmitz to New York player. New York 12's got a hold of it. 17 gets hold of it for New York. Can't get it out of the zone. We're penalty's over, but the penalty's still clicking off on the boards. Big
Wow, good collision.
pile up along the far boards. New York kicks it out to the slot, but nobody home. I'm not sure that they understand that they got to have somebody in the slot. We've got a pending penalty, and Cordy. That's an offsides. Offside, excuse me. I'm not used to calling anything with the delayed offsides. Whiff by Francis, cross the ice. Young's still out there. We got to get a change. We've been out there for a while. 11's changed out, gets shoved into the boards. Francis out to the slot. Cordy was ready for it this time. Neff tries to get it out of the zone. We got to get out of the zone. The first step. 11 finally gets it out of the zone. We're in the neutral zone, getting some change, and we've got a pending penalty on us. So we'll go back on the PK, and we've got a roughing on somebody as they came off the ice. Looks like Maya Young's going to go back to the box. I think that's her second. That's her second. She throws her stick down in disgust in the penalty box. Cordy takes a sip of water. And we'll go into the PK once again for the third time. Minute 30 on the PK. 6:30 left in the game. We got to make some offensive moves. It's going to be tough. That's crossed. That's going to be another goal. Cordy's starting to get frustrated. The puck was bouncing around in front of her. She was trying to get her hand on it, and it pops in. 3-0. Game's getting blown out at this point. If we got to make some moves here, girls. Stop getting frustrated. Let's get on the board.
Let's go, Cyclones.
So we're going to go with Ertl Cohen, 11, Piper Francis, and the 8s are on defense. Cohen looks across, kicks it behind the boards to 11. 11 slams on the brakes with it. Bunch of work behind the net. Back out to the point. 88 wasn't able to keep it in. Backhands it in now. Not sure what's going on. Looks like a lot of confusion on our offensive side, not knowing where they need to be. New York kicks it in deep. We're going to get a full change from New York, it looks like.
All right, let's play for pride. Let's get one here. Let's get one here. Oh, shit.
Cohen tries to get hold of it. Piper's got a piece of it. 11's looking like, 11 to 20. 40 steal in the post. Luxley gets out into the slot. 4's got hold of it. 8. Piper Francis gets hold of it. 11 giving chase the 8s. Shots back in the corner. We've got to get it out of our zone here. 11 gets knocked down by the New York player. New York kicks it out to 36. Is wide open right into Cordy's gut. She luckily was able to have that one and gobble it up. Ooh. Hands it over to the ref, and we'll get a defensive side far circle reset.
Play for pride.
And we're going to bring out the big guns again.
Go.
Young, Sparks, Abby, Jaina, and Mud. Mud gives a high stick there with a little bit of a cross check. Still trying to get it out of zone. We're battling behind the net. I'm getting vibrated on my wrist. Looks like I got Crosby ties it, it says. We're going to have an offsides. But we'll reset outside. Looks like Crosby ties it. The Penguins surge past the Blue Jackets in the third. Little game update from there.
.436 left.
4:36 left in the game. Down by 3.
Here in the third.
Trying to make something happen. Sparks kicks it into the zone. Eden's able to knock it down into the slot. Young wasn't there. New York recovers, kicks it across to 31. Jaina is able to intercept. Sparks backhands it. Eden gets hold of it when it's intercepted by Sparks. Excuse me. Young reaches for it. The puck gets kicked up into the corner. Jaina's, and we've got something. Net's off. And we'll get a reset. Well, this wasn't the result we were looking for with this game.
Not at all. But
We got
man,
4:02 left, and we got a big hill to climb.
Yeah.
But it's not impossible. Game's not over. Definitely New York's been bringing it. Good team. Cordy's able to block that shot. I don't know how.
Beautifully done.
Jaina brings it out, gets slammed into the boards. We'll get a penalty on that. Cordy will head to the bench. She's gonna make it. Jaina gets chased, and we'll go on a power play for 3:39 left in the game.
Let's go. Let's get one here.
Almost close enough to go ahead and just put them all out there and let's get this. But we got to remember the point differential does play into this game, so we got to be careful. I think the point differential ends at 7, so we're still well within, so we can't be just doing silly stuff to keep it. So we'll put out the big line again, this time with 88 is out there with 62, Evelyn Schiller. Different line change up on the defensive side. We're in desperation. That's going to kick out wide. Cordy's going to play it. Kicks it back out to Bisgard. Didn't get it far enough out. Bisgard's going to bring it around the backside of the net. Looking up ice. Cross to Young. Young gets hold of it on her backhand. Brings it into the zone. Everybody's off. Dumps it deep over the New York player's head and follows her. Gets her own dump, which is the way it should be. Bisgard looking. Shot on, well, a little wide of net, but it's definitely, we've got a chance here with 62 with that big shot off the blocker save. Love a blocker save. Unfortunately, it was New York that had the blocker save. Now it'll get kicked out, and Cordy will come out again. 2:48 done. She gives a light tap back to Bisgard. Bisgard's going to bring it back around. 33 seconds left in the power play. 2:39 left in the game. Jaina's back on the ice. She's the one that received the hit that got the penalty. She's gonna, she should have taken the shot, but she thought otherwise. Back out in the neutral zone. 18 seconds left in the power play. Kicks it across against the wall. Eden Barber kicks it back to Jaina. Jaina passes to Sparks. Sparks dumps it deep, goes for a change. We got 2:17 left in the game. Gotta start thinking. Cordy slapping her stick, telling him that the penalty's over. 11's giving chase. Got some pressure, backhands it against the wall, but nobody there to take the puck. 22 brings it out of their own zone. Jaina gets hold of it, kicks it deep. Neff's in. Neff's got to be careful with, she's still used to playing on the check. She was going for the check and had to pull up on that one. Had to remember to go back to 12U hockey on that play. 1:43 left, down by 3. Got to be thinking that they're going to pull Cordy at some point. Jaina into somebody. Backhand still back to Jaina. Against the wall. Jaina can't keep it in. 22. Mudd's got hold of it. Tangled up. Jada's got hold of it again. Up to Neff. Neff's got room. He's got all four. Shot. Paddle save. Minute 15. Still down 3-0. All right, New York's got hold of it. Drop pass. Cross. Back out. Under a minute in play, and Michigan still sucks. We'll determine that tomorrow. 51 seconds. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to come back from this deficit. Neff gives.
Still want to get
the Columbus girls come out together. Neff gives a push down, no call, late in the game. Piper Francis looks over to Scarlett. I haven't seen her out there. The Kilgore girls haven't been on the bench for a while, and they're going to get a no icing call. They'll call a late icing. That'll stop the clock. 25.7 left in the game. We'll get an offensive drop. And Cordy will take a stroll to the corner. 97 will take the draw. Ariella Kilgore. Her sister's on the up against the net. She hopes to get it back to 42 or for a quick shot. 23 seconds left. They're going to leave Cordy in. No point at this point. We're not going to make it out of this deficit. And we're going to end this game. It looks like 15 seconds left, 12 seconds. Sorry for everybody that tuned in. This was not the game that we thought it was going to be. Cordy hugs the post. Nobody in the slot. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And that'll be a game. 3-0 loss. Not what we expected.
Not what we expected.
But it's a good game.
Man, both teams brought it. Unbelievable.
Well, I think the synopsis from my point of view is we've got to get quicker changes. That's all I got to say about it.
Gotta keep them legs
can't
fresh.
leave fresh legs. Fresh legs is a key. So we'll end the broadcast there. 3-0. We'll see you at 12:30 tomorrow. We still have a chance in this. We're not out of it.
No,
but
we're
it's
not
definitely
out.
harder than it was.
We're still hungry, baby. No.
So
Sat on my